In this video, I'm going to show you how to add specific disclosures. So you do that in step 1. You scroll down, so it will be the step after the warranty limitation. So we have a video on this section as well. You would scroll down to specific disclosures. This is the final one. And the first thing I would do is read our warranties and disclosure article that talks about the whole process, why you do it, why it's important for you as a founder, but also why it's important for investors and it's required as a process in funding rounds. So you can read through that and understand how it all works. The next thing I would do is download your subscription and shareholders agreement. So you can go to Schedule 4 and which is the warranty section, and read through all the warranties that you may need to make disclosures against. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. Just before we get into that, the kind of high level is that a warranty is a contractual statement of fact made by you to every investor. So you're basically giving them confidence and ensuring to them that all the information and facts you've provided about your business are true, complete, and accurate. And if you think about it from an investor perspective, there'll be lots of areas of the business that they don't have much information about. But they might be putting £200,000 into your business, but they haven't seen how you've pulled together the business plan, the accuracy of the accounts, whether there's any legal action against the company, or other kind of contracts that you may have referenced, sales contracts or anything to do with kind of advisors or employees and things like that. So that's why this process is so important to them. So what you'll do is download your subscription and shareholders agreement, as I say. So that's in the intelligent data room. You'll see that in folder 2. So that's where all the investment documentation is. So here's the subscription and shareholders agreement. If I was you, I would download that here, read through it in detail, but just for speed, I'm going to fly down to Schedule 4 here, which is the warranty section. So these are all the statements of fact that you need to read through. And you can see there's lots and lots here. But it doesn't matter. Let's just say that 3.3, I need to make a disclosure against. This is not, true for our business. I would then go back to the funding round, back to specific disclosures, and then I would make a new disclosure. So I would go, it's warranty number 3.3. And let's say we're being sued for a breach of contract, save that disclosure, and then I've done it. Now that will then pull into the disclosure letter. So you may have seen that when I was in folder 2. So that's one of the other documents we produce. We have this disclosure letter here. Now there are these general disclosures. These will be in there as standard, so you can read through those. More information about that in the article. But the key point here is now there is this specific disclosure section made in relation to the warranties, and you can see my warranty number 3.3, we are being sued for breach of contract. Now, you may also want to reference something, so it might be an email or the contract. What I would do there is go back into the intelligent data room, go to folder 4, disclosed items, and then create the folder. So it might be legal contract, create that folder, and the platform will number them automatically. So if I click into that folder, we have folder 4.1, legal contract, and then I could drag in whatever relevant information is required. I can then go back to the funding round now, go back to my disclosure. I'm going to need to edit this now and say see folder 4.1 legal contract. Save that. And then in real time, that should update the disclosure letter. So jump back into the disclosure letter. And there we go, see folder 4.1 legal contract. So that is how the process works. So you would go through all of those warranties, make any disclosures required, and then that will pull into this disclosure letter that both you and all the investors sign. I would also make sure before you close the round, or just before you close the round, that you go back to these disclosures and make sure they are all true and accurate and complete, in case anything's happened in that period of time, maybe in between you creating the first disclosures and then actually closing the funding round. But yeah, that's that process.